Hello, today we're going to be doing the military wing opening. And this is by far, I think, the most common opening. It is also the safest opening to do against most civs and on most maps, especially open maps and against aggressive civs. So some of those examples would be Ottomans, English, French, Mongols, Rus, and Delhi. Okay, so if we get started here. And the military wing will give you 2 spears and 2 archers once you age up, and as long as you have the population space, they will pop out immediately, and you can either use them to be defensive or aggressive. So as with all the other openings, we are going to go with the first 6 villagers on berries, and the 7th villager will make that house, and then to go from there. So with all these builds, your opening is almost exactly the same. There is a variation where you go on to sheep instead, but I do prefer the berry opening. Again, not going to focus too much on scouting. We just want to make sure that we go through the build and the villager split. Obviously, the more sheep that we get, the better, but it's not super important. What you want to make sure is you try and get the build correct. So we have 7 on food, and then we're going to go up to 3 on gold. So that's 3, including the one that builds the House of Wisdom, which can be your 2nd or 3rd villager that is rallied to gold. So I usually do it with my 2nd, because then if I forget, I can always do it again with my 3rd. Okay. Always making sure to build villagers. And again, what we want to do with our scout is scout around our base, because we want to find a good spot to put that 2nd TC. Now, in this case, our stone is quite forward, which is a little bit unlucky. Ideally, you would want your stone in the back, but it's not a big deal. It doesn't really stop your 2nd TC. Unless you're against English. If you are against English, you may want to skip Wheelbarrow just to focus on getting that TC up quicker. But that would be really the only sip that I would do, I guess. Maybe French as well. So the 8th villager, you're going to go up to 9 on food, and then you're going to rally to wood. And the reason that we do this is because we want to get to that military wing age up as fast as possible to get those units out, because ideally what you want to be doing is being aggressive with those units. Then after we get the 9 on food, we then rally to the straggler trees, and just like with all the other builds, once you age up, you're going to only have 4 on food and focus on wood. Okay. As far as the 2nd TC location, there seems pretty good because we have access to food and wood. It kind of, is in range of the gold as well. So here we want to rally up with military wing, and then we are going to take 3 off of our berries and then 2 of the sheep that we put onto food. Okay. And then with the military wing, we want to make sure that we scout our opponent, because we want to find out where we can use our military wing to be aggressive. Like with the eco wing build, the wood is very important, so your next 50 wood is going to be for a lumber camp, which I'm going to put right here, and then I'm going to shift right, so those villagers go there, and then the next 50 wood is going to be for the mining camp on your stone. Don't worry if you don't have enough wood right away. As you can see, you get wood around when he gets there, and so you'll have enough to build it before he has to turn in. Okay. And so we want to go to 4, 7, 3, and then onto stone, and we just keep rallying to stone. If you are skipping wheelbarrow, you would have gotten off of gold by now, because all the gold that you need is for fresh foodstuffs, which is 75 gold, and wheelbarrow. Okay. So the next 50 wood, we want to make sure that we build a house, because we want to make sure that our military units can pop out, otherwise you'll be pop capped, and we also want to make sure we get wheelbarrow when we have the wood. Now, when we're doing this build, we want to watch the gold and watch it go down to 36.75 because that's how much gold we need for our fresh food stuff. And then, just like with the other build, we are going to take our gold villagers and put them on stone. Okay, so you can see here my military wing building units popped out. Just as the same time I'm going to pull off gold, and then scouting my opponent, I could either try to burn down his Uvu or hit his gold. In this case, I'm going to come around to his gold. Okay, and then I'm going to go up to, again, 9 on stone. And so we have 4 on food, 7 on wood, and 9 on stone, and then we rally back to wood. And at the same time when I rally back to wood, I get fresh food stuff. Stone. And then again, because we didn't go eco wing, you're looking for 400 wood and 350 stone. So you want to be watching your stone and watch it go down to 850 and then pull off 850 because you will have enough food by then. So here you can see with my military wing, I'm going to go attack. And what I want to make sure of is that if my opponent does not notice, I want to get as close to the villagers as possible. So for example here, he doesn't really notice, so I want to get right on top of this villager and then attack it, and that's a guaranteed kill. And what I'm going to do here, and then from here you can just sit at his gold until he has to respond. I have a little bit of idle time here, but I'm going to throw my TC down right here. And always be building villagers. And then, now that I'm done over here, if your opponent starts to respond, you can either bring your units back to save the units, or you can keep them and continue to try to find damage. Again, with most of the other builds, what you want to do from here is focus still on wood, because you need to get your golden age, which I'm going to do now, and you need to build a military production building. So in this case, since I'm against Mongols, and I see we've got the stables, I'm going to build a barracks. And then I'm going to pop these on food. And then get my damage. Okay, and then I'm going to build a barracks from here. And this is pretty much the military wing opening. So I have my second TC by 6:30 or around then. And I want to make sure get military buildings up. When you start to amass a lot of military units, and if you are spending a lot of time fighting in Feudal Age, you will want to get the unique technology of military wing, which is boot camp, so you will need some on gold. So I would suggest 2 or 3 on gold, so you can get boot camp along with some eco upgrades or blacksmith upgrades in the future. Okay, so this is the military wing 2 TC build. This is pretty much all you need. Again, it is the most common and the most versatile build because you can be aggressive, you can be defensive, and it really secures getting up that second TC. Okay? So, the next video will be on the culture wing, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you, and have a good day.